What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show. We've got episode 106, UFC 302, Makhachev versus Poirier for the 155-pound belt. Before we get into the fights, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor. This week's episode is sponsored by SXBet. As you guys know, I'm really excited about this because UFC's back. UFC 302 is here. We've got our analysis for you. We've got SXBet on board, and they have some stellar odds for UFC 302. If you're like me, you're constantly checking Spank odds, Dom Best, Best Fight Odds, Fight Odds IO, whatever you check. SXBet's absolutely dominating. They've got extremely competitive lines. They have the best line available on a lot of these fights right now. For anyone who's serious about betting, you know that every cent counts, and these margins will make all the difference in the long run. SXBet is a betting exchange, so it's peer-to-peer. They have no trading fees whatsoever, and they're guaranteeing a $1,000 welcome bonus right now. So get to SXBet. Thank you to our sponsor, Magic. It's good to be back, buddy. We've been off for a while now. You had a conflict. I had a conflict. The UFC took a week off. As you remember, we start this off in Tapology order. So once I pull up Tapology, we will get to the first fight. You are going to kick us off for the first time in a long time with Andre Lima versus Mitch Raposo. What do you got? I can't hear you at all. Try now. All right, I'll start us off this week while Magic fixes his mic. If I had to pick a side here, I think Raposo at dog odds. Lima had that funny biting situation in his last fight, and in a weird way, I kind of feel like his line's a little bit inflated because he's gotten so much attention. I do think he's the better fighter. I just don't think his margins are great. Raposo, pretty good striker. He doesn't. His wins aren't really good, but his losses are to pretty good people like Hadley on the Contender Series. No shame in that. He's ripped off a few wins in a row. I don't think either guy has a ton of grappling upside here, but I just think Lima is a little bit better all around. So I'm picking him to win, but it's just big odds when I don't think his finishing upside is huge, where I think it's mostly going to play out on the feet and be relatively close. So dog or pass for me on that fight. We need Magic to get his act together here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. We've taken a little bit of time off, and he's forgot how to do a podcast. Yeah, UFC was off last week. I had something going on the week before. Magic had something going on the week before that. We're gonna be back right into the swing of things. Lima missed weight, huge in a full camp. Raposo made weight on short notice. Yeah, that whole situation's absolutely crazy to me. Try now.
I'm joking.
Can
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, yeah. This guy missed by 4 pounds, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
130. I don't know what he's doing. He's like fucking good at fighting. Andre Lima, I think he's really good. And also the stupid fact that bite him, he was in the fight. Like he could still win that fight, and he's like really good. That fucking stupid idiot that biting, he's like a good fighter. Like I think that guy will beat Raposo quite comfortably. So yeah, I think this is a tough one to take on short notice. And Raposo is also in one of these situations where, I mean, you got offered to fight in the UFC. What is he going to do to say? He's going to say, no, I don't want to take the fight. He's going to take the fight even if the other guy is 170. He's probably going to get knocked out at some point. But yeah, I'm not ecstatic about playing Lima minus 270 or whatever he is now.
Sticking with you here, Jocelyn Edwards taking on Aileen Perez. They've got some heat. Seems like if Perez can get the grappling going and keep it going, she's going to win. If not, she could get into some trouble late. What are your thoughts on this one? Who do you have winning?
Aileen Perez. I like the under. I think it's a gigantic number. I'm not done with all the bets, but I'll be done soon. I have not responded to any DMs. I mean, when bets are ready, I tell or I send automatically. I have like 40 unread DMs right now. I'm not responding. I'm sorry. I'm not showing up like the meme. I'm not showing up. The under at a big price is good. Like, this is the most predictable fight of all time. This fat fuck is going to get on top, and if she doesn't stop her, she's going to gas like in every other of her fights, and then like pray for her life in round 3. Like the Pudilova fight was insane, fucking insane. Like she redlined like she had nothing left, like absolutely nothing. I had Pudilova round 3. That I mean, I could have won a stupid amount of money. I'm sick to my stomach still about that fight. So yeah, Perez may get on mount and pound her out, but Jocelyn Edwards has an armbar. I don't know. This is low level MMA. I saw someone, yeah, I tweeted that someone that said Eileen Perez has good jiu-jitsu. I don't know about that one. I mean, she has absolutely no jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, she's a powerhouse early. Like, I think she's clearly going to win early. It's just a matter of like, can Edwards make her work? Can Edwards, come back late? Because I do feel like Perez is going to take her down in the first and second round. Edwards is a very bad grappler, at least in the wrestling aspect. Her get ups aren't good. She has an armbar off of her back. Perez, I mean, that was pretty wild last fight. She looked like minus $1 million for 11 minutes or whatever it was, and then got in huge danger at the end of that fight. Obviously a little bit scary if you're backing her. I do think she wins this fight, though. I've never been high on Edwards as a grappler, and
she's big.
Yeah.
I mean, if your biggest attribute is being a brute and fat, the bigger the opponent, the more problems you have. You know what I mean? Like, Jocelyn is big. She's going to get taken down, but if she's not out of there in 10 minutes, this is going to turn very funny.
Yeah, it's just like, I guess if you're playing Edwards, you're kind of like hoping for her to survive an onslaught and come back in round 3, which I don't know. It could have happened, absolutely, like it almost did in her last fight. But I mean, Pudilova is a common opponent for them. They had much different fights there. I think Perez is the rightful favorite. Mickey Gall versus Basil Hafez. Hafez, pretty big favorite here. Do you agree with that, or do you think Gall is live?
I mean, this is I blame Jack de la Madalena because he cannot grapple. This is Jack de la Madalena's fault entirely. Like, Hafez is not very good. I took him against Jack. He arguably won. I mean, it was close. Could have gone either way. And now he's a gigantic favorite in the UFC. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of gas. He has a couple questionable splits. Yeah, he can swing and he can grapple a little bit, but I don't know. This number seems gigantic to cover for him when he's not a big finisher. And Mickey Gall, yeah. Hey, Mickey. He's going to come out. Hey, Mickey. I mean, plus 300. What can go wrong? Hey, Mickey.
That's a great walkout. That's like one of my favorite walkouts in the UFC.
I mean, if Gall is, how do you say his name? Mickey Gall? Gall?
Yeah.
If Gall is alive after 7.5 minutes or 8 minutes, that's the ticket you want to be having here, if you know what I mean. But maybe Hafez comes out and just lands a bomb and everybody's like, oh, Basil Hafez minus 400, never in doubt, and sets up a higher, an even bigger fate. But I think this line is kind of crazy. Mickey Gall is from New Jersey. This is a big capping aspect for sure. That's going to tighten his striking defense.
Yeah, I mean, the line that it seems like it's wide, but Hafez should have, he should be the better wrestler here, so I expect him to win early. But he's sloppy sometimes, and Gall, he does. If they get in a scramble and Gall ends up on top, it could get pretty funny, especially if Hafez is tired, which we've seen him get tired in the past. He sells out for takedowns. Both of them are kind of awkward on the feet. I don't know. I don't see Hafez covering this price unless he just straight up dominates the wrestling and never gasses, which I guess is possible, but it's Gall or pass for sure. But again, I understand anyone who doesn't want to play Gall on this spot because, he's 7-5 as a pro. He's lost 3 out of his last 4, and his win was, first round choke over Jordan Williams. Kind of been a lot.
He beat CM Punk.
Yeah, he beat CM Punk. He beat Mike
Jackson. He destroyed CM Punk. Give him his respect. He destroyed CM Punk. CM Punk was training out of Rufus Sport for that fight. He was ready.
Yeah, I'm picking Hafez here, but I think it's dog or pass with the line being what it is. Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews. I don't have much of an opinion here. Do you have anything?
Jake Matthews versus Phil Rowe. This is appointment viewing. Who is going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Who is going to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory?
Valid
I
question.
feel like Jake Matthews is kind of better everywhere. I mean, he's the better wrestler for sure. He can make this easy in a way, I suspect. I have nothing on the fight outside of.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the under at plus money, but these two. This is one of these unders that you take, and there are 3 knockdowns, 4 submission attempts, nobody gets choked, and then you are just looking to the screen like a fucking idiot or something. I don't know. Jake Matthews is so stupid. It's kind of crazy. It's almost like he takes the hardest path. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why he tweets out all the time about Andrew Tate and shit like that. You cannot choose the easy path in life, Andrew. So the sensible thing to do here would be to get on top and stall, because Phil Rowe plays guard, it's a decent grabber, but he's not a threat from bottom. I feel like Jake Matthews could stay on half guard here for 15 minutes if he wanted. But he's a man. He's going to exchange. So yeah, I think under hits, but I'm not going to take the under. Matthews by knockout is wide.
Yeah, I'm with you here. It feels like a fight that could go a lot of different ways, if that makes sense. Obviously, Rowe's long. He's a decent striker. Matthews, decent striker in his own right. Probably, I feel like we say this every Jake Matthews fight. He has the tools. He has the tools to get on top here. She just doesn't always commit to doing it. Sometimes he looks good. Sometimes he looks all right. It's just, for me, it's a very high variance fight. I'm passing, but I'll take Matthews here. What do the Rangers have to do to force a Game 7 back at the Garden? The Panthers smother them. Best 5-5 team in the NHL. Yeah, I mean, every game in this series has been razor close. Yeah, I mean, their first line has to get going. Kreider's Zibanejad. Panarin have to get rolling, or else the season's going to be over. But we'll see what happens.
You're really going to stop the podcast to give advice about a sport nobody watches? Like, this is ice hockey.
Someone asked.
This is ice hockey.
But see, someone's asking you about some stupid European.
I'm a serious podcaster. I'm not going to answer this right now. Maybe in the end.
Selecki Dawson. I think Dawson should be fine here. He's gonna get on top. Selecki will probably accept bottom. Something about Dawson though, it's hard. Like, I definitely wouldn't lay a big price on Dawson because he's dropped the ball a couple times now. Like, the way he went down against Bobby Green was like crazy, and even like the Ricky Glenn fight, he had some really sketchy moments. I think he's gonna win, and like I do think he deserves to be like a pretty good size favorite. He's just not one of those guys I want to lay big prices on. Do you feel any different?
I mean, he has absolutely no chin. I've been calling this man a fraud for years. I would have suicided if I missed the fade, and I almost did miss the fade. I had to bet Bobby Green against all my principles. I bet Bobby Green. Can you understand the gravity of the situation? He has no chin at all, but this is like a mirror matchup, and Dawson is like the bigger, badder guy and can get on top, and Solecki probably cannot get on top here. Maybe he can. This is interesting. I don't know. The under is wide too. I feel like you have to favor Dawson, but this is a very big line. But maybe a takedown is around for Dawson. I don't really know how this looks on the mat. You know what I mean? Is Dawson just going to teleport to the back like he does against anyone, or can Solecki play guard? I don't know. Honestly. I think the under is very wide. I mean, both cannot strike, and both are cheating, and both. If this stays on the feet, it's going to be absolute cinema.
Yeah. Jelton Almeida taking on Alexander Romanov. I think Jelton's going to win this fight easily. He looked really good against Blade. Like, to me, that was really impressive, even though he ended up getting finished in the second round of the Blades fight. The way he threw Blades around for the first round of that was really impressive to me. He's much more athletic than Romanov. I trust his gas tank more than Romanov. Like I think, he's going to get on top here and go to work and probably finish him early. Do you agree, or do you think Romanov's live?
I think Almeida takes him down, and that's the fight. Honestly, like
Yeah.
when before betting or looking at numbers, you imagine the fights in your head, I guess, right? I do. How do you see this fight going? like like Romanov runs at him or something, or what? Almeida's going to shoot a power double leg, and this is like a real fucking gigantic athlete against a fat man.
Yeah.
And he has nothing on bottom. Like on top, yeah, he's big and fat, and he's Godzilla on top, but on bottom, he's like once he failed the takedown on Volkov, it was comedy. Almeida gets on top, and the only question if he gets on top is submission or knockout, and he seems to have issues controlling bigger men, and Romanov kind of curls up. I mean, I think he's a kind of a bitch. I think Almeida will be fine round one. But Almeida is also like glass cannon. You know what I mean? Like, he seems chinny as fuck. He doesn't like to get hit. That was pathetic against Curtis Blades. Like, he didn't get knocked out. He quit. That was gay as fuck. No disrespect to Hazelton Almeida, the jail man.
Yeah, way that happened was weird.
I think he gets a low entry double leg or whatever. And he finishes. Would be so funny if he like body locks Romanov like he does everyone and power bombs him. They may break the octagon.
Yeah, slam him right there. What are your thoughts on Roman Kopylov versus Cesar Almeida?
Why is everybody betting Almeida? I'm confused about this fight.
I actually feel decently strong about this fight. Like, I think Kopylov should be the favorite.
I do too, but do I really want to pay minus 110 or plus 100 against another striker that's durable? I don't know. But
Here's
I
my
feel
thought process.
Kopylov life could be a big entry here. Or late round props, like Almeida is 36 or 37, doesn't really have that much volume. Everybody acts like he's this elite kickboxer. I don't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, he beat Alex Pereira when they were both broke bumps or something 80 years ago. I don't see the elite kickboxer anywhere.
Neither do I. Yeah, I mean, I think Almeida's getting a lot of love because his defensive grappling looked better than people thought it would. He's had one UFC fight. It's not relevant here. Like, Kopilov's not going to try to grapple him. I think Kopylov is a better MMA striker. He has 7 UFC fights versus Almeida's 1. Kopilov's 3 years younger than him. More UFC experience, more cage experience. I think his striking is better fit for MMA. Almeida's like his limited striking hasn't looked great. Like, even against Fernando, like I almost feel like Fernando would have been better off just trying to strike with him instead of trying to grapple him. But yeah, I think Kopylov takes this one.
I mean, Almeida is durable as fuck, but yeah, I don't see the elite kickboxer anywhere. He seems to have a big punch and I don't know. Overhand right enjoyer Cesar Almeida. I mean, I don't see the great technician here. Yeah, he seems like a good anti-wrestler. He's going to win a lot of wrestler versus striker matchups at 185, but I don't see it. I favor Kopylov. But yeah, Kopylov is hittable. Kopylov is like a very good kickboxer. He's fast as fuck. From all the people I saw live in that event in California, he was the most impressive guy in terms of speed, bro. Like, he was really fucking fast. That guy and Topuria were the fastest. But he's going to randomly lose to someone he shouldn't lose. Kopylov, like, get bonked for sure.
I bet Claudio Ribeiro against him, and he almost did.
Yeah, he was so close, and then he lost his head. I think he died. Anybody seen that guy after that? Did he actually die? The ref, I remember the ref made Kopylov take another shot. Yeah, didn't he fight? He fought another guy, another bad guy.
Yeah, he lost to Christian Leroy Duncan.
Oh yeah, that was a demolition too. Yeah.
Next up, we've got Randy Brown versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. Anything here?
Zaleski has to be the side. I mean, He's a better grappler. He throws leg kicks. He can punch a lot. Big volume. Can take a punch. Randy Brown is an awkward fighter because when I bet him against Jack de la Madalena, he's the worst fighter to ever do it. When I bet against him, he's like a one-punch knockout artist. And when I don't bet him, he's just a guy that goes to decision. I don't get it. I think he's very dumb. I don't get it. Salikov was looking good against him and then just fucking died. Great knockout, but that was I don't know. I don't know if that is a very repeatable outcome. That was a crazy knockout. So yeah, I think Zaleski has to be the side. Under looks good.
Yeah, to me, it just feels like a close fight. I don't really have strong opinions. Like Brown, he's long, but he's pretty much always there to be leg kicked. But also Zaleski doesn't leg kick enough for me to think it's a
Brown's
super real path. I don't know. It just feels like
you know what's his problem? He fights too black. You know what I mean? Like Holland, like Green, they think that taunting gives you points. Like, oh, look how flashy I am. Oh, I'm in control. Bro, you are super long, super tall, put volume on the guy, you win 90% of the fights. But no, he prefers to be like, I'm from the ghetto, bro. I'm in control. Oh, you don't hurt me. It's a fucking close fight, Randy. This is going to split. Bro, put the volume up. He's a good fighter, but he just has no IQ, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any opinion there. Nico Price versus Alex Morono. I think Morono is going to knock Price out. Price, to me, seems like ridiculously shot. What?
Do you think I would put Nico Price down with a free shot?
Yeah, I do.
I do too. Even with the left, maybe. A left hook? Bro, the Robbie Lawler fight was ridiculous.
That was great. That to me, he comes out with the 2 knee braces on, and he just looked like way worse.
Well, it was so bad. 500 people on Twitter thought it was a dive. I mean, it wasn't a dive, but it was bad.
It might as well have been, bro. Yeah, it's been bad.
He felt like he got shot.
3 years. It's been 3 years since he even had a decent showing at all. Yeah, he had a lot of wars. I mean, he used to have decent power. It doesn't seem like he has any power anymore.
He looks like an ex-fighter, honestly. No disrespect. He looks like an ex-fighter, like a retired fighter.
Yeah.
But he has 17 sons. I mean, he's showing up for a check. Not 17, but he has a lot.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I think Morono's going to knock him out.
Yeah, I do too at some point. This is the fucking fight you bet Morono by knockout, and then he has the guy on the skates and jumps a guillotine. This is a classic Morono move.
I was thinking that. That's so funny.
This is a classic Morono move, but I think Price's chin is so short, he's going to fall and negate the guillotine.
Dude, I had this
is deep cupping here.
Dude, it's funny because when you were talking about earlier, you picture the fight in your head. I was like, he's going to go down so hard that he can't guillotine him. He's going to drop completely to the ground.
Yeah. I mean, he should really kill the guy. Morono is not great, but he should kill him even by accident. Do you know what I mean? Watch Morono go to a split now here.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think he's going to knock him out. Kevin Holland versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Your boy, Mikhail, do you like him here?
Lord Mikhail. I feel like the under and Mikhail is a free ride. Don't you agree?
The under and Mikhail is a free ride. Not necessarily. Holland's not exactly.
Holland is an idiot. Holland is an idiot and he doesn't have volume.
Yeah, but don't you agree? You were talking about the taunting thing before. Sometimes
there is no taunting with Mikhail. He's throwing hands at you. You know what I mean? There's no time for taunting. This guy only has one way of fighting. He's like a mongoloid. How does this fight look if there has been 8 minutes of fighting? In 8 minutes, Mikhail may land 400 punches on Holland.
Holland's gonna be backing up saying, "Good man, good man."
Good man, you don't hurt me, and his face is going to be half falling. His body is going to be hurt. Yeah, Mikhail may get memed again or submitted, but he's a good fighter. People always act like he's absolute ass. He's harder to grapple than it looks. Holland is not a dominant grappler. And he has huge power. He's one of the biggest punchers in the UFC, Mikhail. Don't you agree? He has ridiculous power. And he goes to the body. Nobody does. He's a lefty. He's a lefty and he goes to the body to deliver. Well, I would love this guy knocking out Holland, bro. It would make my weekend. Holland is durable, but to the body, you can make any man a coward if you hit him to the body hard enough.
That is true.
So yeah, I like the under and Mikal. I think this line is very wide. If he dies in round 1, you make money. And if he kills Holland in round 1, you make a lot of money. And if this goes past 7.5 minutes, Mikal is doing business.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting behind Holland at this line, but I do think he's going to win. His length, his speed, his athleticism, I think it's going to give Mikal problems. He's a better submission grappler. That being said, on the feet, he doesn't always separate. His fight IQ isn't great. Back at 185 here, which I don't love for him. I'm picking Holland to win, but if what you said happens, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. You're considering betting him now. I know.
I mean, no, I'm not considering betting him, but I am kind of thinking like with the way he forces a fight, I almost do feel like under is a
it's under or Mikal.
Yeah. I think under like even like fight doesn't go. I'd rather give myself the whole 3 rounds and have like a little bit of juice on it.
I mean, it's not going to be a little bit of juice. It's going to be like minus 275 or something.
No, I mean under 1.5 is like plus 140.
So plus 140 now?
Let me say.
No, it's plus 120 under 1.5. If you are lucky to get that.
The best on the board on under is plus 135 at Bet Online right now.
You should put $1 million on that.
Under 2.5 alt line minus 200.
You should put $1 million on that under. Like this man is going to fucking get assassinated or change Holland's liver location.
Okay. Strickland versus Costa. This is my favorite fight and favorite spot of the night. I'm going to get a little bold here and say I think Strickland's going to dominate Costa. I think he's going to win this fight handedly. The defense between the two of them is staggering difference. Costa is one of the most hittable fighters on the UFC roster. Strickland is really hard to hit to the head. His volume's great. I think 5 rounds is big for him. His cardio is better. I think he's going to knock Costa out in probably the 3rd or the 4th.
Costa is not going to submit Strickland. Like, that's not happening, bro.
Costa can't even submit his taxes.
Yeah. That should be like 50-1.
Yeah, I mean, I think Strickland's going to beat him up, and I don't think it's going to be like one of those boring Strickland decision fights. I think Strickland's going to end up hurting him.
Yeah, Costa's going to gas badly if this goes late. But also Strickland, when he's fighting a big, powerful guy, he turns a little bit gay. You know what I mean? If the other guy is not forcing the fight, he's like, let me jab from behind my shoulder, this and that. He doesn't. I mean, it's not like when this. What was the inbred name? Abus Magomedov. He's like, I'm going to kill Strickland after 5 minutes. You know what I mean? He went after Strickland. Costa is not going to go like that, I feel. But yeah, after 3 rounds, Strickland should really separate here, unless it's a staring contest. He said he's going to kick Costa's dick, and I don't know what he said. He said he's going to beat him up. I don't know. Yeah, Strickland late. Why would you pay minus 250 on Strickland when you can get in after a round?
Yeah, I think he might beat him up in round 1 too. He's just a lot better of a striker.
Costa can take a beating, bro.
Yeah, but if Strickland wins round 1, like the price live is going to be like minus 400.
Strickland is not going to be beating him up in round 1, bro.
I don't know about beating him up, but even if he wins round 1, like you would think a lot of Costa's win conditions front loaded.
Costa has like a huge body kick and he's going to swing too. Like round 1 is not going to be a walk in the park. Round 2 neither.
I don't disagree, but I do think Strickland's going to be landing to the head way more, hurting Costa. I also think Costa's like in general. He had 1 fight that impressed me, maybe 2.
Romero.
Like, yeah, the Romero fight was impressive. Then he looked awful against.
He lost. I mean, Romero beat him. That was like the most Romero performance of all time. He stole 2 rounds like a burglar. that was prime Romero.
Yeah, I mean, Rockhold, he didn't look great. Whitaker, he had a couple good moments. I think Whitaker's a little shot at this point. And
the Rockhold fight was hysterical.
Yeah,
I bet Rockhold, and he mounted him. I was at home like, destroy this man, look. He lost the mount. We had him. Yeah, you are tan.
Yeah, got a good tan going right now.
You are not white as me. You look like a cholo.
I don't know if I go that far.
You look a little bit Mexican right now. Now that I think about it, you have to go back to New York.
Don't insult me like that.
Don't make me get the whip.
Islam Makhachev defending his belt against Dustin the Diamond Poirier. I think Islam's going to submit him in the first round.
You are not betting the Diamond?
No.
Do you think
it's going to look easy?
If he loses a third title fight by stoppage under pressure, do you agree with me that he needs to change his nickname from Dustin the Diamond to Dustin the Pipe?
The what?
The Pipe.
The Pipe?
You have never heard this, like, pressure can make diamonds or burst a pipe?
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. That's
Dustin the Pipe Poirier. I mean, 2-piece.
Yeah.
Dustin the Pipe Poirier. I like it. Has a good ring to it.
I'll say this. I like to shit on Dustin sometimes, but his title fights have come against very hard people. Like
it's the UFC. Do you want to get
100%?
A gifted title shot and then the opponent be Michael Chiesa or something?
I think Chiesa would be a hard matchup. Have they fought before? I feel like they fought a million years ago.
Chiesa versus Poirier? No, that hasn't happened. That has not happened.
That's kind of an interesting matchup.
Chiesa fought Pettis and Dariush.
That's what I'm thinking.
Chiesa tapped Dariush. That is hysterical.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even think Poirier's looked good in his last couple. Like, I thought was.
I said Benoit was going to destroy him, and then people were clowning me, and Benoit was destroying him, and then he had the stuff or whatever. I mean, he should have pulled out. That's his fault. You lost. Fuck you. You know what I mean? But he was destroying him until he gassed. Like, he was straight up going through him. Like, passing his guard like Dustin was a white belt. That was ridiculous. Like, what do people think Makhachev is going to do? And Makhachev is not going to take punches. He's gigantic and long, and he's going to shoot a single leg from the other side of the octagon, and Dustin is going to be on his fucking ass, and that's the fight. This is going to be sad for people. I'm going to be ecstatic. I'm going to put on my papaja before the fight.
That's funny.
Alexa, play the Soviet anthem. Yeah, I think Islam is going to destroy him. I mean, the guy knows. He's almost laughing in the face-offs. He's like talking, oh, yeah, Dustin is a legend, blah, blah, blah. He knows this is his easiest fight ever, bro. He knows. He fucking knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I think round 1.
Round 1, round 2. He should. I mean, he's going to do whatever he wants on the mat. He's going to teleport to the mount, to the back. He can choose the submission. I've seen some arm triangle props plus 1,000. That's the go-to if you have submission props. He's not going to roll an armbar. It's going to be rear naked choke or arm triangle. I feel like arm triangle is the best value.
That's so funny. Betting on the exact submission.
He make these people, bro, make jiu-jitsu look bad. Who gave him black belt? Who said this?
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's one of the best videos in MMA history, bro.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
You see what he did with Charles, like this roll, and this was like Granby roll. Yeah, what is this, brother?
Yeah, that's funny as hell. We're through all the fights. Any questions you guys have, drop them in the comments. UFC should be rolling again. We had the week off, but I think we got a lot in a row coming up, so should be fun.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's going to be more knockouts because the gloves are smaller. I think they are 3 ounces instead of 4. Andrew can tell you, as a boxing connoisseur, the ounces, the weight of the gloves plays a big factor. Do you know how many ounces are the boxing gloves?
Yeah.
This is like a yeah. I'm expecting a number, Andrew, not that. Yeah.
What do you think they are?
What do you mean? Yeah, Google it right fast.
Dude, you really think I don't
It's
know?
8 ounces until welterweight, and pats 147.10. Because if Vladimir Klitschko hits someone with 8 ounces, it's probably hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
gotta
see,
talk.
this
We gotta
is
talk
a good
about the heavyweight fight.
this is a good way to bring it up. Not like people before. Hey, what are the boxing picks? What are the boxing picks? This guy, Joel
This
Williams. You
this is
excited
the
for the 5 versus 5 in boxing? He obviously wants the pick, people, but he just brings it up in a casual way. He's not begging.
where
He's
is
like,
it?
hey, let's talk about the boxing. Smart guy.
Where is it? I don't even see it.
Like 5 or 6 on top of this one you have on the screen. You excited for
This?
the 5? Yeah, because this is the card is 5 versus 5 in Arabia.
Ah.
Yeah, I bet on every fight. Yeah, I bet Nick Ball. I'm rooting for the Chino guy. He's lovely. Chino Grandpa is lovely, bro. They always do him dirty. He's had to take all the bad fights. He beat Hirgovich clearly, and they robbed him so bad. Chino Grandpa has been treated very badly, but he lost to Joseph Parker. That was a fair decision.
Yeah. Agreed.
Everybody's playing Wilder. I mean, he doesn't do anything. He needs just a bomb. Thank Gas is badly, but Wilder does nothing. It may just be a staring contest until someone lands, and Chino Grandpa has like 70 pounds on him. It's kind of crazy.
Literally like 70 pounds.
I think it's 68.
That's insane.
Aren't like Masvidal and Nate Diaz boxing tomorrow?
Are they?
I saw it at that credit book, but it just may be the wrong date. I have no idea.
think it's
Like
not
nobody
the
cares
date.
about this. I haven't bet on the Champions League final yet, but I will. Like you have to. You don't need to have an edge. This is like people of culture do these things. Like this is a tradition.
We talked about this fight, buddy. Oh, it got moved. Could you beat Joe Rogan in a street fight, Magic?
I don't think so. I mean, he's an old man. How much does he weigh?
Probably similar to you.
I don't think so. He's heavier than me.
You think?
Joe Rogan must be like 200 pounds, bro.
Oh yeah, maybe he is. I forgot. I forgot you were a little guy. I didn't know.
I'm taller than you. Yeah. You are like all these stocky Italian World War II soldiers, Italian American soldiers, like 5'6" or 5'7". Hey, my captain.
5'6". Oh my god. It's July 6th, so we gotta wait a little while longer.
Yeah, Joe Rogan is out of his mind on steroids, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will post the boxing. Hamzat Shiraz is going to knock him out, I feel. I bet the under for your interest. Under 10.5 minus 110.
I'll have to look into that one a little bit more. I'm not really.
You need to stop pretending you know these people.
Wait,
You only know Wilder and Thang.
I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I'm not very familiar with the situation. I just saw he got declared guilty of I don't know what, like paying a hoe or something. So what's the problem? What's the issue? I don't get it. Like is this like another coup in the States? I saw when you all rigged the election. That was funny from here. I lost money on the election. I bet on Trump that time. That was crazy. It was one of the funniest nights on Twitter ever, but that was definitely rigged. I'm telling you, from Europe. Why in the States you can I can bet in some place without being a national, right? Like I can be an illegal and vote.
I mean, you're not supposed to be.
And also, like people go vote, and I can get my car, go to a different state, and vote again.
No, definitely not.
No,
No.
I saw people doing that.
No, you vote in the state that you live in. Like, you have to be registered in one place. So if
Really?
I was registered in Florida, I couldn't be registered in Georgia. Or if I was registered in Texas, I couldn't be registered in Utah.
I think people were doing that. I remember that. Like all the commies.
Listen, you're not going to hear any argument from me. It was fishy for sure. SXBet had no idea what they were getting themselves into.
Yeah, they are going to definitely rig the election again or kill Trump. That's my prediction. Jailing him is not going to be enough. I don't know, man. America is a weird place. So yeah, if anybody got any questions, if not, I'm going to go finish my bets. And I got a stream for the Suleki fight. Somebody sent me this. I cannot believe people actually got this.
What fight?
I bet the under in Suleki. You definitely don't know this one. It's a shitty card in, I don't know, maybe New York, and all sort of criminals are fighting. Yeah, legit. Like there is this one that was in the mafia and was in jail and then got released. Maybe people know him. I don't remember his name. Abaknexian or something. That guy that was like a wrecking ball. I'm telling you in a second. Maybe he's your friend. I mean, New York mafia.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, this guy was like close to a title shot in boxing some years ago, and then he got jailed because he was in the mafia, Armenian mafia or something.
Yeah,
I'm going
that's
to
not
tell
a
you
great
his name.
look.
Advantil Kurtzeit. Yeah, I remember this guy. Georgian mafia. He's fighting tonight. So yeah, I bet the under at a crazy number for Suleki, under 8.5. Real Madrid is going to win tomorrow. Come on, we never lose a final. And Dortmund is like shit. I have no idea how Dortmund has reached the final. Real Madrid is probably. I haven't even looked, but there is no way this is under minus 200.
Magic doesn't tell
Yeah,
people.
they have only asked me this like 500 times.
I've done it all. I don't like striking that much.
Yeah, your sparring session is legendary.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wrestled for a long time and I did jujitsu casually in college, but and boxing casually too, but I wouldn't consider it like serious knowledge.
What?
I said I did boxing too, but I wouldn't like just casual. I wouldn't consider it serious knowledge.
You wouldn't consider yourself elite
No, I would not.
at boxing?
No.
You chose to pursue a career in wrestling. I saw the highlights. People haven't seen this, but I have seen Andrew winning his legendary last match with just one arm
Mm-hmm.
against Sam Kidd.
Yeah.
This is true. You won with one arm.
I know.
One day I'm going to put together all these pics and videos you have sent to me and make like a video for your birthday. And I'll put some great song or something. Maybe Born in the USA.
Oh my god! You saw Gable Stevenson got signed to the Bills.
Yeah, he's a bum.
He
was lucky to win a gold medal to begin with. That was that was a miracle. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. You watched that match?
Of course.
That was insane. Like, what is he was Russian? What is he doing? What is he doing?
He took him down twice in like 10 seconds.
What? It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like, what are you doing? It's the Olympic finals. Yeah, I don't know. Run away.
Yeah. It was crazy. But yeah, I think he's too small. Like, he's only 6'1". Like, most of the offensive linemen.
I've heard a lot of times already that he's like fucking lazy and fat. He's not going to go anywhere in the NFL, in MMA, anywhere. Yeah, he was great at wrestling, and there was some year that he had disciplinary issues too, right? Like he wasn't training or dieting.
That's a good base for MMA.
I mean,
for sure.
Can he fight in the UFC tomorrow against? I don't know. The Spain? Yeah, for sure. He can beat the Spain tomorrow. Like, what is going to stop Gable Stevenson from taking down Robel's Spain and staying on top of him for 15 minutes? 2 hours if he wants.
Yeah, literally 2 hours.
But I don't know if he's going to go anywhere. He has all the makings of a guy that hates to get hit in the face. You know what I mean?
Did we ever talk about the Despain fight?
No, I didn't have my victory lap because
That
we
was
didn't do any other podcast. I had 4 units on Costa, and it should have been 40 units.
Bro, I can't believe this guy was minus 250. Like, that's crazy.
But when he got the first takedown, I was like, I've made one of the biggest errors of my life, only
I
betting
know.
$4,000 on this.
Yeah.
And not like my net worth.
Yeah. No, trust me, I hear you. I was thinking the exact same thing.
People were betting Waldo minus 200 live like crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Every fucking cent I could get on that, I was trying to.
He's so bad, this Spain. I knew he was a fraud, but he's much worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuivasa will kill him. The Spain and Tuivasa, come on. He doesn't even have that much power, it seems. Like, he's ass.
The way he strikes is really funny to me.
He's absolute ass. He's just a gigantic human being. He's absolute ass. Like, he fucking sucks at fighting. Like, Waldo could have won that fight on the feet quite easily, I feel.
He could have.
So, yeah, ridiculous.
I don't see why not. All right, you ready to wrap?
Yeah, hopefully a good card, a lot of money, a good boxing card. Hopefully Real Madrid wins the finals. And yeah, that's all, folks. We'll be back next week with another podcast celebrating the death of Kevin Holland under the body shots of Love Mikhail. Hopefully.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back next week. Make sure to like and subscribe, and good luck tomorrow. Oh, wait, real quick before I sign off. One more shout out to our sponsor, SXBet. Crypto betting exchange, 0 fees. Get on there. If you're seriously trying to win money betting, you got to get on SXBet. Thanks, guys. Talk to you next week.